celebrity theatre. Please put your hands together and welcome to the stage your host, your cruise director, Bethany.
Good evening, everybody. Oh, there's more of us out there than that. I said good evening. How was your day today in Key West? You had fun? Did anybody stay on board the ship? A few people. I look at like, nope, we were out all day. Well, thank you so much for joining us here in the theatre tonight for another incredible showtime. You've been some of the most amazing, energetic audiences. Last night was so much fun in here with Gabriel, and Gabriel's going to be back tomorrow doing his 6 and 8 show in Celebrity Central. We also have the return of our theatre production cast tomorrow evening for our final show of the cruise, so there is still plenty of entertainment ahead of us, including this evening when we're going to be doing lots of different celebrity activities. We've got our Through the Decades party down in the Grand Foyer, but that's going to start off with an ABBA sing-along. We're going to be putting the lyrics up on the big screen, everybody's going to get involved. And then late night, 10:30 this evening, I'm going to be doing my very own late night, adults only game show. It's called The Naughty List. Listen, I'm not the one who's naughty, it's all of you lot.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be giving you some naughty categories, and it's up to you to give me the naughtiest answers, okay? I'm just going to leave it at that. So now we're going to get you in the mood. Even though this one is family friendly, it is time to have a little bit of a laugh, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready for showtime? Okay, well, he's come all the way from Florida, ladies and gentlemen. Please put your hands together and welcome to the stage the hilarious comedy of Tony Esposito!
I feel good.
I should have ran. That was stupid. Whew. Don't let. I suffer from a very rare condition. It's called bulimic amnesic disorder. I'll explain to y'all. I binge, and then I forget to purge. It's very serious. I eat, and like a half hour later, I wander around confused. Appreciate you guys sitting in the front row. That was brave of all of you to sit in the front row. I don't tease, I don't make fun of people, but I sweat a lot up here. So it's like going to see Shamu. You're down in the splash zone. Enjoy that. So you guys enjoying your cruise so far? So good? Yeah, I got on the same time you guys did, and it's funny, man. Every cruise I do, no matter what, as soon as I get on, you people go immediately to the hot tubs. You guys love being up in them hot tubs. Did you see all the hot tubs we got up on the pool deck? Yeah, walk by there, it looks like they're making old people soup in there. I just want to go up and start throwing carrots and potatoes in there. Yeah. And I love cruising. I've been working with I've been on ships now for 24 years. I've been working on cruise ships. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Now, when I started, I was not a comedian. When I started here, I was a fitness instructor. And I get to eat the same things you guys do, so if I keep this progression up, I'm getting promoted to anchor, so I'm excited about that. My friends always ask me too, what's it like being out on a cruise ship? What's it like working on a cruise ship? The best analogy I could give anybody that's never been on a cruise ship is basically, a cruise ship is kind of like Golden Corral and Motel 6 had a baby. Rooms are a little smaller, but other than that, that's all we do. It's a 4-day cruise. That's all you're gonna do for 4 days: eat, sleep, poop, and repeat. Let's be honest. Yeah, starting to sweat up here already. Yeah, and I am a big fella. I am a product of my environment. I'm from the South originally. We got Southerners here tonight. That's the noise we make. Yeah. And it's funny, my mom is from the heart of the South. My mom was born and raised in L.A. That's Lower Alabama for you non-Southerners. Yeah. And it's funny when you bring up the South because a lot of people don't know technically where the South kind of begins and ends, especially culturally. And it's very easy to tell if you live in the real South. All you have to do is go to the nearest Waffle House and stand in the parking lot. And if you can look either direction down the street and see another Waffle House, you live in the South. We don't leave a mile uncovered. I guess we never know when we'll need an emergency waffle, so it's good. And I can tell who lives up north, because right away when I talk about the Waffle House, people from up north give me that look like, oh no, I would never, ever. It's eat at a Waffle House? It's just a trailer with syrup in it. It's disgusting. Let me tell you, look, you can go to one of these fancy $50 a plate steakhouses, one of these French restaurants, you have no idea what goes on in their kitchen, right? Not at the Waffle House. You sit in the kitchen at a Waffle House. I got hit with bacon grease last night. Ooh, these are good seats. But it's true, you can go to these fancy restaurants, you have no idea what they're doing in the kitchen. They could drop your food on the floor and you know they're gonna pick it up. Let it go. It's never happening at the Waffle House. You watch that guy cook the entire meal, right? He drops some toast, you're like, Bocephus, I've seen that. Of course, you're sitting next to a dude that's drunk enough to eat toast off the floor. It's a restaurant for drunk people. It is. Yeah, if you don't know what Waffle House is, just insert your local drunk people diner. Because you know how you can tell you're at a restaurant for drunk people? They have pictures on the menu. Think about that. They're telling you, you don't have to read these here, just point at food that looks good. And as much as I love me the Waffle House, I'm not gonna lie, the waitresses scare me at the Waffle House. Good Lord, you ever seen a Waffle House waitress? Y'all are looking around like there's one here. They can't afford this. I mean, lovely women, but just look like they got out of a boxing match. Just swole up, red, and teeth are missing. Some grease is running down her arm. I'm looking at my buddy like, did her thumb touch my eggs? Were you watching it? This is a true story. I hate that phrase, but it's true. I've been lying to you, but this is true. I live right across the street from a Waffle House. Yeah, I live in a Cracker Barrel. Big porch, a lot of rocking chairs. It's beautiful. I do almost live across the street from a Waffle House, and unfortunately for me, it's the one Waffle House in this entire country that my wife won't eat at, and she won't eat at this one particular Waffle House because there's a waitress in there that's only got 4 fingers, and it freaks my wife out. I'm not going in there because we're going to get the 4-fingered waitress. I said, honey, she's got a name. It doesn't say 4-fingered Betty on her name tag. And she goes, I don't care. I'm not going in there. It freaks me out. And to my wife's credit, it's a rough-looking injury. I mean, it looks like it happened like right when you pulled in, right? It never looks healed. And I told her, I said, baby, you can't be like that. Sometimes people have an accident, a disability. She deserves to work like anybody else. And she says, I am not going in there. This upsets me. We live in Central Florida, and my wife is a huge Disney fan. She's Mickey Mouse. She got Mickey Mouse stuff all over our house. I said, baby, you love Mickey Mouse, and he's only got 4 fingers. She didn't miss a beat. She said, Mickey Mouse wears gloves. We just go to the Waffle House 2 blocks down the street. But my dad is not from the South. My dad happens to be a first-generation Italian. Any Italians in here? A couple? And there's more, but they're in the witness protection program. They don't clap. Some guys in the back, I'm Irish. Forget about it. Well, yeah, and that's a horrible combination when you're trying to lose weight. You know, Italian, because Italian food is pasta, starches, cheeses. And you know, we only cook 2 ways in the South. We fry, or we deep fry. That's pretty much it. And so that was the bane of my existence. You can't lose weight eating things like pork chop, Parmesan. You can't do it. You ever chicken fried a meatball? That's all fat. My family's big too. I got big family, not numbers. We're all fat. Last Thanksgiving, I had to sit next to my big fat Uncle Frank, which is his real name, Big Fat Frank. It's on his birth certificate. They knew it was going to be huge. He's a big dude, man. He outweighs me by nearly 100 pounds, but every time we get together, he's the first guy to give me diet advice. He'll stop me while I'm eating. Hey, Tony, whoa. You know, if you stand up after that first plate, you're gonna unleash your pocket down in this area here. You shake that down, you get a whole nother plate right on top. All right, let's do it. Come on, Ma, bring out them chitlins Alfredo. I am ready. Tough being a big guy this day. We got any big fellas in here tonight? By round of applause. Okay, we're in a little bit of denial here on the reflection. It's dark in here, but it ain't that dark. We got to stick together, big fella. Not literally. We'll tip the ship over. Talking about unity, man. So much discrimination going on against overweight people, and everywhere you go, people want to give you diet advice, which I can't stand. I'll do my show. I'll have 10 people come up to me at the buffet and tell me how to lose weight. Yeah, I can't. I was flying the other. This is a great story. I was flying a few weeks ago, and I had a woman behind me in line at the airport, and she was a fitness nut, and I knew she was a fitness nut because she was jogging in place in the line. She had a tracksuit on. She kept taking her pulse, right? And she was wearing a button promoting her diet. You ever see people do this to generate, conversation? She had a button on, and it said, "Want to lose weight? Ask me how." And I could feel her staring at me, which I didn't appreciate. So I turned around and I stared back at her for a second, and I picked her up and I ate her right there in the line. Hey, she was fit. That's a healthy choice on my part, right? I had a little trouble getting that button down. That hurts. Hurt me twice now that I think about it. Of course, I didn't eat the lady, but I knew she wanted to talk to me, and I'm a nice fella. I said, "Ma'am, can I help you?" And she got so excited. She's like, "Oh, you got to watch my new exercise video." She reaches in her purse, pulls out her very own exercise video. It's got a picture of her on the cover doing some maneuver, and I was offended that she thought she could show that to me. I was like, "Really?" I said, "You ought to watch Nip Tuck or Botch to help you out with that mess you got going on." Oh, I can lose weight. There's no ugly treadmill she can run on. Not that I'm a treadmill guy. I don't go to the gym. I did go to the gym here on the ship by accident. Has anybody been up to the gym at all? Yeah. It's nice up there, I guess. It's a state-of-the-art gym. The only problem with the gym on this ship, and it's the same on every ship I've ever been on, it is literally, and I mean literally, the only room in this entire vessel where nobody will try to feed you. You can get food and drinks anywhere on this ship, 24/7. They bring it to your cabin, late night pizza. You can't get food in the gym. And I've tried to get food in the gym. I call them dudes at the pizza place. I'm like, "Hey man, we all bring pizzas up to... We don't deliver pizza to gym. Stop calling." I do belong to a gym at home. I don't belong there, but I go. And I can't even go anymore. I lost my membership. I'll tell you, I had an incident. I was working out on this machine. Now, I don't know if you have these particular machines at your gym. It's a big red machine, and you get up on it and you hit the buttons and it gives you a Coke. I don't know if you've seen these. I was working it, had my foot in the hole and everything. Manager came in and gave me my money back, told me to leave the gym. I said, "People think this ain't working, you gotta get out of here." He even gave me another 20. He said, "The light's on at Krispy Kreme. If you hurry up, you'll make it." Heck yeah, you know I made it. Y'all have them where you live, Krispy Kreme? Yeah, man. If you don't have one where you live, I'd move. That's how good they are. I'm telling you, I don't know if you've ever had these donuts. I don't know how they make them. I know they fry them, and then they dip them in heroin or something in there. It's slightly addicting. You cannot eat just one of these donuts. I will eat a whole dozen and then lick that leg because I know there's icing on it. When I was a kid, that's all they made was glazed donuts. That's all they had to make. Now they got to compete with all these other donut places, so they're dipping them in chocolate, filling them with jelly. Man, if you're diabetic and you eat a Krispy Kreme that's been dipped in chocolate, your leg falls off right there in the store. I seen a dude hopping out on one leg last week. That is the best donut I've ever had. I'm just going home to get some duct tape. I'll be back. You ever been at a Krispy Kreme where you can see them making them? Oh man, isn't that all? They come out of that machine and they're just floating down that glorious river of grease. I'd bob for them if they'd let me. take that kind of pain. Got another place I'm very fond of. We got us a Cold Stone Creamery. You got Cold Stone? Yeah. Ice cream parlor, but like so much more. Like you walk in there and they got 100 different ice creams in the freezer, but then you look up and they got 100 different candies on the shelf. And what they do is they hire high school kids to smash up candy with a hammer. Very employable skill these days. And then they take that candy and they mix it into your favorite ice cream right there in front of you behind a big, thick piece of safety glass. It's like a strip club for fat people. I'm fogging that glass up, telling me, yes, that's how you do it, girl. Just take your time. We got all day to make my ice cream. I'm about to make it rain on them peanut butter cups. That becomes the toughest decision I make all week long is what kind of candy I'm gonna have this kid put in my ice cream. Last time I was in there, I got an $89 bowl of ice cream. Couldn't stop. The Skittles, put it in there. Kit Kat, take your shoe, Nike, shove it in the ice cream. My friends don't go to these places with me though. My friends are skinny, and I figured it out. Skinny guys, you keep one fat guy in your circle of friends, like a reminder, like this is what can happen to us. And I got news for you fellas, if you don't have a fat friend, you're the fat guy. Hope I didn't ruin anybody's vacation. Yeah, and you think I'd be used to it. I'm big my whole life. Even when I was a little kid, I was heavy. Now that's tough when you're a big kid growing up. You remember the number one sport in elementary school? Anybody? Dodgeball. Yeah. What a fun sport for slow fat children. Dodgeball. What a confidence builder that was. Every recess. Here comes Tony. I'm out. You see me over here trying to open this Snickers? You know I've been out. In my defense, it was one of them little fun-sized Snickers. They're hard to open sometimes. I don't know why they call that fun. No one's ever had fun with that much size. That's not fun size. I mean, make a 6-foot-tall Snickers. That's fun. Oh, could you imagine? I just open it and hug it at night like a body pillow. Oh, Snickers. You are my only friend. High school is rough. Number one sport in high school is football. When they see a football coach see a big kid, he gets excited. Ooh, putting your big old behind on the line, kiddo. You could be my left and right tackle at the same time. Man, there ain't no kid that's dreamed of having to. I didn't have offensive line fan. I wanted to be a running back, right? And they have. That's not funny. I don't know why you're laughing at that. And it's high school. They gotta let you try out. If they don't, that's discrimination. So the coach times me, makes me run a 40-yard dash. I don't dash anywhere. I got out there and set a school record that stands today. I ran a 4:40, believe it or not. So 4 hours. So I didn't get the job at running back. I got a job on the team. I was known as the butt back. It's not what you're thinking. Every time I got off the bench, the coach said, "Tony, get your butt back. What are you doing?" Thank you, coach. But believe it or not, despite my appearance, I'm actually married to a woman. Throw that out there. I know what you're thinking. He married that big Snickers he was just talking about. I love being married. I hated dating. I was so glad to be dating and out of the married scene. I mean, out of the dating scene, just be married. I couldn't stand. And I've been married now. I'm going on 19 years. Yeah. And I met my wife the old-fashioned way. Not online. She was a mail order bride. But we didn't meet online, and I thank God I didn't meet my wife online, and I'll tell you why. I've known my wife for 21 years. For 21 years, I have watched this woman return everything she's ever bought online. I'm ahead of the game. And I'm not dumb, man. I know marriage involves sacrifice, but there's a lot of things. Like, I want to talk to a veteran. I want to talk to somebody who's got at least 40 years of marriage. We got anybody with at least 40 or more years under their belt? Oh, right here in the front. How long have you been married, sir? 50 years. Congratulations. Y'all got married young. What were y'all, 12, 13? You got married? Now, what's your name, Mr. 50? Chuck? Okay, Chuck. Now, I'm not dumb, Chuck. And this is your wife, right? Okay, I just want to make sure. You could be on a business trip. I don't want to jam you. I know the bro code. Come on, man. But no, Chuck, I'm not dumb. I know marriage involves sacrifice. I know you got to be willing to give up things. Money, freedom, happiness. I knew all that. I was ready. 50 years, Chuck, there's some things you give up nobody ever tells you about. Like in 50 years of marriage, do you ever get to sleep with covers again at all? You don't even know what covers are, do you, Chuck? My wife is one of these women, before we go to bed at night, she puts that air down to about 32 degrees. Puts a fan on 700 miles an hour. We got another fan in the corner that's just for noise. That's just a noise fan. Then we got 30 blankets on the end of this bed. I wouldn't have a problem with any of this if I could use some of those blankets. But I wake up at night and it is freezing in this room. I mean, I got nipples that had cut glass. And I look over to try to grab some covers, but my wife is in a human cocoon. And I call it a cocoon, but I'm gonna be honest, she don't pop out looking like a butterfly. She's not here and you don't know her. Stop that. And my wife snores a little bit, which was cute at first. I thought, oh, finally, she's got flaws. She snores, right? And the snore wasn't even that bad. It sounded like somebody was changing the stations on an old radio. You know what I'm talking about? She'd do this number here. Like, and then every once in a while, a word pops in there like she's having a vivid dream. She'll do this number here. Like, oh, chocolate cake. Oh, Brad Pitt. Whoa, whoa. But as the night goes on, that snore will get progressively worse. And she does this thing where she stops breathing in the middle of the night and takes this scary gasp, right? And that's a horrifying sound to hear at 2 in the morning in the dark, right? She'll get one of this number here. 50 years, Chuck. You allowed to drive your car in peace with help from the wife? Are you a good driver? Yeah, she's laughing. I'm saying you are a good driver. I don't know. My wife is a helper. My wife loves to help me drive. Oh my God, there's nothing more annoying than when you're on a 2-hour road trip and you gotta listen to this for an hour and 50 minutes. Honey, 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 what? Brake light, stop sign, speed limit, that's a cop, this lane is ending, that lane ends. Oh. I hear noises in my car like it's falling apart, and I look over, it's just my wife working the imaginary brake pedal like she's Wilma Flintstone. We live in the neighborhood that I grew up in, not just the town, the neighborhood I grew up in. I know this entire town like the back of my hand, right? That doesn't stop my wife from giving me directions home no matter where we are. We can literally be 2 blocks, 2 turns from the house, and she will look at me in all seriousness and go, you make a left on 1st Street and then just make a right on Acorn. Oh, thank God you're here, honey. Yesterday I circled this block 30 times. Had the windows down, I was calling out your name, but you wouldn't come outside. And all these houses look the same except for that one that's got our kids playing in their front yard. And you lose your bathroom when you get married. Now that I knew. I know women dominate the bathroom. I had my mom and 2 sisters. I said, that's not a problem. I'll just buy a bathroom, a house that's got 2 bathrooms, right? No problem. Second bathroom is where your wife puts things that you can't even touch. Every woman in this room has a sacred set of hand towels that'll never be touched by a human being. And they're not even expensive, fellas. She got them at the dollar store. They're cheap. But you know they're off limits because they match the big towels. Like there's a motif. Like sometimes there's even pictures on there like fish or shells or palm trees or whatever. I don't know what going to the beach has to do with going to the bathroom. But it's a popular theme in a lot of bathrooms. I tell you, I grew up in Florida. I've never been walking down the beach and went, oh, look at these shells. Oh yeah. So relaxed. No wonder the cat's like this. I went in that bathroom the other day, our guest bathroom, I was just gonna wash my hands, right? My wife comes screaming across the house because she's got some kind of towel radar that's built in her head. And she is screaming at me like I have committed a crime. She said, "Did you use my towels with the palm trees on them?" I said, yes. You don't use those. And I said, well, why would you hang them up? She said, they're for our guests. My guests are in there blowing their nose and wiping with them towels because they know they can't use their towels at home. My master bathroom is destroyed. There are things in that bathroom, I don't even know what they do. I'll walk. First off, it looks like a French poodle exploded all over the bathroom. We have pink shag carpets on the floor, same carpet to match on our toilet seat. That little toilet seat cozy? Yeah, that's a trap, guys. The ladies know the seat doesn't stay up if they put that stupid carpet on top. In the daytime, I remember it, I hold the seat up and do what I gotta do. But fellas, we get up at like 2 in the morning, right? It's dark, we're going to take that late night tinkle, right? Unless you're over 40, then you get up at 2, 3, 4:45, 5, and 7. That's right, young fellas, that's what you got to look forward to, naps and bathroom breaks. But, I don't want to turn the light on every time I have to go and wake her up, so I try to be courteous. I do that thing that every guy in this room has done at one time or another, where we try to pee in the dark by sound. You know what I'm talking about? There's a sink, there's a garbage can. Oh, here it is, I found it. All right. But about halfway through, you forget about that toilet seat cover. Yeah, you move your hand and that seat falls down, and now you panic. Because we're not like ladies. Y'all can stop if there's an emergency. That's a hose you don't put a kink in. And that seat falls down and you panic, but then as a man you remember, oh, there's a drain in my tub. Thank God. Except you forgot you were married and had 17 decorative shower curtains you had to kick through to get in there. I never understood that. When I was single, my bathroom was a very simple place. I had one piece of soap. Hard soap, not that liquid soap. And I would use that bar soap till it got down to the size of a dime. My wife will throw that in the garbage. I'm like, baby, I can bathe on that for another week. Push it into washcloth, it stays. We don't have washcloths anymore. We have liquid soap, and we got these, I don't know what they're called. Loofah, yeah, it looks like a pom-pom. I'm in there doing cheers. I'm like, ready, begin. I don't know what loofahs will do to your skin, but they'll take bugs off the front of your car, I know that. I got in that shower the other day, when I was single, I had one shower curtain. I didn't have all this nonsense. I had one shower curtain. Mine was stuck to the tub with mold, but it was there. My wife will take that down and wash it in the washing machine. I had no idea you could wash a shower curtain. I didn't. I used to cut that off with scissors. I get waist high, time to get another shower curtain. I got in the shower the other day. I'm just trying to find shampoo, right? I'm going to wash my hair. I'm trying to find shampoo. We have 30 bottles of shampoo in my shower. They all sit on a ledge. It's about an inch too small, so every time I turn around, I knock them off and they explode. And I'm just searching through all this stuff. I just want to find regular shampoo, right? I finally find what appears to be regular shampoo, but it's not regular. It's got fancy conditioners in it, and it's expensive. And I know it's expensive because my wife wrote with a marker on the bottle, "Do not use, idiot, this is expensive." I don't deserve healthy, bouncy hair. That's the message. So she buys me my own shampoo now so that I don't mess with her shampoo. My shampoo is this cheap stuff that's made out of horses. You ever seen it? It's called mane and tail. I'm not making that up. You ever seen a bottle of mane and tail? Next time you're in the store, look for it. I know you'd think it'd be on the pet aisle. It's not on the pet aisle, it's on the human aisle. And if you've never seen a bottle of mane and tail, it's a giant white bottle. It's got a picture of 2 horses running across the beach. Probably running from people that want to turn them into shampoo, I'd imagine. But that's what I use now. I use mane and tail. And I'm going to be honest with you, I have noticed a difference. I did. Yesterday I pooped in the street twice. Guess that means it's working. I do. But I hated dating, man. I was so glad to be out of it. Are there any couples here tonight that are together but not married yet? Oh, everybody over here is coupled up? Oh, so you all sat behind your... Okay, I get it. Well, he has a I Love Hot Dad shirt on, so I was a little... wasn't quite sure, but okay, now I know. Yeah, so all you guys are coupled up? Holy moly, who's been together the longest out of all y'all? Us two? 10 years? Now, are you married? Oh, so you're married. I want to talk to somebody that's not married. Any of y'all not married? Oh, right here, perfect. Yeah, the hot dad. Okay, cool. Yeah, I was gonna say, you could read, right? You know that. Okay, I just checked. Hey, it's 2025. You do your business. Do whatever you want to do. No, what's your name, dude? Michael and Nicole. Michael and Nicole, how long y'all been together? 3 years. Okay, Nicole, this is perfect. I can tell you guys whether you're meant to be together forever or maybe you made a huge mistake and you should go your separate ways. Yeah. And this is free advice. I'm not even going to charge your little drinking sink card or whatever the heck that is. Just one, and I already forgot your name. I'm sorry. Nicole and Michael. Okay, I haven't ate since dinner. I'm a little weak. I see some of y'all looking at your watch. We're gonna get you out of here for a second dinner. Don't worry. But Nicole, in the 3 years that you've been with Michael, does he fart? Does he fart on you? Is he a farter? Just one weekend? My God. Oh, 1 week in. 1 week into it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dude, look at you. You set a record, man. Kids. Yeah, I dated my wife for 5 years. That's a long time to hold a fart. Yeah, and then obviously you're not offended by the farts, Nicole. You come back. No, not offended. Now, Michael, you ever hear Nicole fart? Oh, that's so sexy. Don't be ashamed of that, Nicole. You're ashamed of that. You find a woman you can play fart games with? Holy moly. That's endless love, man. That's like Ray Charles and Helen Keller playing tennis. Love. I played all the games that we play when you first meet a woman and you don't know when the right time to drop that bomb is, right? Like I used to do the old, because men have gone to great lengths to hide their gas from women. It's no secret. I used to do the old, and my wife is one of these women too, and I'm sure there's some out here that swear that they don't fart. My wife would swear to me, and I'm gonna tell you ladies, when you fart in your sleep. That's where you fart. You're conscious about it all day, you're wearing them dresses and high heels, you got everything sucked in, but when you go to bed at night, it's a natural release, right? I woke my wife up one night, I had enough. I woke her up and said, baby, wake up. Smell that? That's you. She was furious. That's not me, that is you. Don't you wake me up again. I had enough. I was like, why don't you think you passed gas? I said, it's a natural thing. Everybody farts. She goes, well, first off, a woman, a lady, never farts. And I said, okay, well, what do you... She goes, now a lady will fluff. I said, well, you fluffed our comforter up into the ceiling fan. Get that down. And I played all the games you play when you first meet a woman. Like I used to do the old coffin fart. You know the coffin fart? I try to mask it with sound like nobody's going to smell it, right? Right over there, honey, I'm contagious. I don't want you to get into it. Men have gone to great lengths to hide their gas from women. I got a buddy who went out and bought his wife a puppy to blame farts on. Puppy. An expensive puppy, too. Bought her a teacup poodle, right? And in theory, we've all heard a dog pass gas, but in reality, a poodle has never walked in the room and went, bad girl, princess. Can you believe she did that again? Now, I have a big dog at home. I have a bull mastiff. My dog is about 140 pounds, right? And he man farts all the time. And I said, I got to take advantage of this, right? So my wife is in the kitchen, and I call him over, right? And I let a little one go. Now, I'm not silly. I just let a little one go, but I sell it. You know, I yell, I'm like, Max, you are a bad dog. You better go lay down. And my wife was mad, too. She's in the kitchen. Max, get in here. He's going to crap all over you. Just bathe him, you idiot. When you're in the car, though, that's a tricky spot, the car, because it's airtight. There's no dogs to blame it on. It's where I get a little crafty and I do my old car trouble trick. Because my wife doesn't know a thing about cars, right? So I'll be driving and I'll shake the wheel a little bit, real subtle. I'm like, oh, honey, you feel that? Yeah, I think we're tearing the rotator cuff in there. It's connected to the flux capacitor. It's very technical. I'm gonna pull over here and check this out. I'm gonna leave the car running. You stay in here where it's nice and cool and just let me check it out because I love you. That's how I'm gonna do it. I'll check it. One in the back, honey. Hold on. Oh, man, we hit a duck or a badger. Now, fellas, remember, if you got jeans on, wait a second before you get back in that car. Come on, man. You know it's hard to run around in jeans for a few minutes. You get in too quick, you bring that vapor trail in. What is that? I don't know, maybe I stepped in some crap when I was fixing the car. But I mean, the day we got married, I'm gonna talk about the day after the honeymoon. I mean, when she put the ring on my finger, she might as well have hit a magic release valve, because I just couldn't, all my years of frustration right there on the altar. The preacher's like, you do? I said, yes, I do. I thought a cruise ship was pulling in. I looked back and the bridesmaids had passed out. They were gone. And I ended up buying that tuxedo. I didn't take that one back to the shop. Yeah. I'm getting that look again. Yep. Woo, starting to sweat. You think I'd be used to this heat too? Born and raised in Florida. I've been in Florida my whole life. We got any Floridians in here by round of applause? Right in the front, where y'all from? St. Augustine, all right, that is in Florida, that's correct, yeah? Are you from Florida originally? You are, because there's not a lot of locals here. We get a lot of transplants that end up moving to Florida. Yeah, snowbirds, yeah, we get a lot of any New Yorkers? We get a lot of New Yorkers. Oh, where in New York you from? Queens, yeah, okay, yeah, but yeah, you had to move down here by the time you're 60, so we get it, yeah. Now, how long you been in Florida? 17? Now, 19 years. Okay, I don't want to start a domestic. So 19, now when you first moved to the South, was it culture shock? Like, we talk differently, right? Yeah, you're not used to hearing things like please and thank you and Queens. That probably threw you off, right? I'm gonna be in the news. A couple from Queens beats comedian to death at sea. We get a lot of Canadians in Florida. We got Canadians in here tonight. One couple over there. We're in Canada. We're Canadian. Too many A's, I know. What's that? Windsor, Ontario, and then we have somebody down here from Canada. I saw somebody pointing. Where are you from? Oh, you're from Canada? No. Okay. All right. You just. Come on. No, are you really not from Canada? Okay, good. No, now I want to talk to the Canadians or the Windsor folks. Now, any other Canadians? Can I get all the Canadians to raise their hands for just a moment? Just raise your hands. I want to see. We just need to see. Well, a guy's coming out to collect a tariff. If you could just keep those. I'm kidding. Full disclosure, I love Canada. I go up to Canada all the time. And this is a compliment. I don't know if it's going to sound like a compliment or not, but I love Canada. Is like the attic of the United States. And what I mean by that is we forget you're up there, and then we come up there and we're like, man, there was a lot of cool things up here. We should have been coming up a long time ago. But I will ask my Canadian friends one thing. When you come to visit us here in the States, please leave your change at home. There is nothing more annoying than when I'm trying to get a Snickers out of a vending machine and I got a pocket full of them Looney Tunes or whatever the heck y'all call them. They don't have dollar bills in Canada. I'm not making that up, am I? Yeah, no dollar bills in Canada. They have coins, loonies, and toonies. Yeah, that means that all the strippers in Canada look like bad fruit. Thank you. That concludes the Canadian portion of my show. But my point is, no matter whether you're a transplant or you're new to Florida or you're spending, there are two things about Florida that make this state stand out over any other state in the country. And number one is our heat. You will sweat in places that you didn't even know you had a sweat gland till you visit Florida. My favorite thing to do on this cruise, I like to go sit out at the end of the pier in Key West and watch these families that have come down from like upstate New York and they experience a Florida summer for the very first time. Because we get the butt sweat. You know what I'm talking about? We call it swamp butt if you're a native. And my favorite thing to do, I don't care about going out and sightseeing. I like to watch you families from up north come down the pier and get butt sweat on you for the very first time. Because when you don't know that you can get it, and it sneaks up on you, it is hilarious to watch. And I can tell who's got it, because about halfway down that pier, all of a sudden Dad's going, whoa, hey, hey, hey. Hey, Vinny, come here, take a look at this. Help me out, what's happening? I think that kid hit me with an ice cream cone. Something's going on back here. Sunshine State, this is a butt sweat state. Crazy heat, crazy wildlife. No matter where you live in Florida, there's an animal waiting to kill you dead just a second away. We got alligators that hide out in rain puddles, eat your kids when they walk by. Oh, seriously, you can't leave your tub full. We got an alligator in there 5 minutes later. And I love that show though, where the guys catch the alligators for a living. You ever watch that show, Louisiana? Swamp People. Yes, that is a hilarious show, and I'm getting sidetracked, but I don't know why. If you've never seen this show, it's on the Learning Channel, I think, and it's these Cajun guys that catch and kill alligators for a living. Now, the funny thing about this show, it's not a comedy, but it's filmed entirely in the United States by English-speaking people, and they have to put subtitles under every word these people say. I'm watching the show yesterday. There's a man in a boat headed down the river. He looks down at his son, looks back out over the horizon, says, "We gonna get up your mind, I've been a thorn high." And all it said on the screen was "Good morning." That's all it said. It's a lot of wasted syllables. We got every stinging insect known to mankind in Florida. Bees, wasps, hornets, scorpions, yellow jackets, you name it. We got insects I've never even seen in other states. Now, every state has roaches, right? But in Florida, we have a special roach, right? And we don't want to scare people, so we give it a real pretty fancy name, right? Y'all know palmetto bugs, yeah. Yeah, unless palmetto means flying, breathing, dragon, fire roach, yeah. It's not like it's a roach that flies. That's the whole new level of terror. I'll never forget. I'm in the living room. My wife's in the kitchen. She starts screaming, "There's a roach!" And I'm the man of the house, right? I gotta kill a roach. So I go in there, and sure enough, there's a big old roach crawling up the side of the fridge. Not a problem. I pull my shoe off, and I go to hit that thing. And as soon as I go to hit it, it just turns around, and the wings came out. I took my shoe. I came right to the ship. I hope my wife is okay. Oh, I make jokes. We had a record number of shark attacks last year. A record number of shark attacks. Yeah. You know how many shark attacks they had in Ohio last year? We had one that made national headlines. You might have heard about this one. There was a boy in Pensacola, Florida, swimming at the beach. Yeah. Okay. He was attacked by a shark, and the shark bit off his arm, and it was a vicious attack. The boy's uncle saw it, and this dude was brave. He dove into the water and grabbed that shark and fought it and took the arm back, and they were able to reattach that boy's arm. Yeah, not at the beach. They did it at the hospital. Don't laugh. My dad would have done it at the beach with duct tape. Get back in there, kiddo. Suck it up. You got a nice spot, Mommy. Leave it till dark. Go. I got a nephew I love to death, but I ain't gonna lie to you. Fighting a shark would be a very tough call for Uncle Tony. I feel really bad. Oh, Logan, what happened, buddy? Yeah, them sharks, they'll do that to you sometimes. No, I don't see it, but if you want to come down here, we're learning to ride on that left hand. Come on, let's go. I ain't swimming with the sharks. They be eating me for days. They go get their friends. There's a buffet on the beach. Come on. Did you guys have a good time tonight? we're about to wrap this thing up. I know y'all haven't 8 cents dinner either, so we want to get y'all back out there. Yeah, you laugh, but and you're going to see a lot of great shows on this cruise. We still have a great night planned for you guys tomorrow night. But I'm going to tell you right now, the most entertaining and the funniest thing that you're going to see on this ship does not take place in any lounge. It happens on the buffet on the very last night of the cruise. Go up there tomorrow night and watch your fellow guests trying to eat back money they've lost in this casino all week. I see the same couple up there every week, different couples, same people just yelling at each other. Martha, shut up, we got to eat $3,000 worth of shrimp, come on. It can be done, I've done it before. Anybody have any luck in the casino? A couple of y'all? No, yeah, that's why we're at this free show, stupid, of course. What'd y'all win? What'd you win? You won $1,800 on a $2 bet? Yeah, what's your cabin number? Well, that's nice, that almost pays for the internet. I'm kidding, I'm glad you guys came to my final show with Celebrity. Yeah, what were you playing when you hit it? Just a slot machine? Oh, cool, yeah. My problem is I get in there and play games I don't understand. Like I like blackjack, but I'm not dumb. I know how to add. But there are little things like nuances to blackjack. You gotta know when to hit, double up, split, all that. All I know is if I get 20 and the dealer gets 21, I will stand, double up, hit that dealer and split and get mad. And people get upset in the casinos here because we don't pass out free drinks like they do in Vegas. We all know why Vegas gives you the free drinks, because it makes you a stupid gambler. I have seen, every time I work in Vegas, I see the same guy. It's a dude that's been kicked out of the casino. He's in the parking lot begging for money. Some guy's like, hey man, give me $10. I ain't ate in a week. And I said, look man, I'd give you $10 if I knew you were gonna go in there and eat with it, but you're gonna go in there and blow it in some machine. This dude reached into his pocket and pulled out a roll of $100 bills. He said, I got gambling money, I need eating money. Felt bad, I gave him the $10. Of course, I saw him in the restroom later on that night. He was so drunk, he was throwing quarters into a urinal and flushing the handle. Big money. I said, I'm gonna get out of here before you start shooting craps. I'll see you later. This is not my final show. I have a show tomorrow night in here at 10:15. It's an adults only, R-rated comedy show. You guys excited about a little adults only? Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's a lot of what I did here tonight, but I'm gonna do it in a phone. So come check that out. Yeah, don't get too excited. You won't be able to see it, but it'll be wedged up in there. Yeah, we're gonna find out how much you love hot dads tomorrow night. Yeah. Off the rails quick. But before I get out of here tonight, I know this is a family-friendly show. We do have a couple of kids on here, and I got to thinking when I was in my cabin, what are the jokes that I liked when I was a kid? And my favorite set of jokes were the old no arms, no legs jokes. Are you familiar with these? Yeah, it's a real person's name, but it's a play on words. It's kind of like a riddle and a joke. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell you the joke. And if you know the punchline, I want you to shout it out, and I'm going to keep going until I can stump you. And that's kind of funny, stump, when you think about it. And look, and in all seriousness, if there happens to be anybody in here tonight missing an arm or a leg, it's just jokes. It's not meant to, and you're not going to be able to catch me, so I just tell the joke. Well, I'm not saying I'm fast, but I'll go right to the stairs. I'm not stupid. I'm gonna start out with the easy ones that I feel like everybody knows. Like, what do you call a guy with no arms and no legs hanging on a wall? Art. See, it's a real man's name. It's a play on word. What do you call a guy with no arms and no legs in the pool? Bob. All right. What do you call a guy with no arms and no legs getting pulled behind a boat?
Skip.
Skip. They get harder as we go. Good job. What do you call a guy with no arms and no legs in a hole? Phil. That's right. Who made the hole? Doug made the hole. Yeah, it takes a second. You get it, yeah. Two guys, no arms and legs, hanging in the window. Curtain, look at it, she's waiting. I know the curtain rod one. Do that one. You guys are really good at making fun of people with afflictions. What do you call a guy with no arms and no legs on the stove? Stu. I got you. We're looking for Stu. But it works with female names too. Like what do you call a lady, no arms and no legs, on the grill? Patty or Barbie, depending on what continent you're on, sure. What do you call a lady, no arms and no legs, on a tennis court? Annette. We're looking for Annette. And these last two are my favorite. I know everybody knows them, and then we got to get out of here, and hopefully I'll see you guys in here tomorrow night. What do you call a lady with one leg? Eileen. Where does she work? IHOP. Very good. You guys have been great. We'll see you around.